It is Tuesday, 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 in fact. In fact, it is so Tuesday that it's Tuesday, 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 the day that time forgot. Yeah. How you doing, folks? How you doing? That's fabulous. Alan Hicks is in the house. I'm back to where I can see names, but I can't see comments. Schwanler is in the house. Tim Schwanler. Okay, we can party now, because Tim's here. Timitra is in the house. That guitar stand seems a little close. I don't want to step on anything. I don't need to have any accidents. I'm already decrepit enough without, doing any falling down. There'll be no pratfalls. When I was young, I used to love to fall down. That was one of my favorite things to do, was fall down. I was good at it, too. I was good at it. It was something I practiced. Annie Landerholm is in the house. Hey, Annie. Hope Robert's with you. But, I don't do as much falling down, at least not purpose. Falling down on purpose. I used to fall down on purpose, and I'd get laughs for that. Anything for a laugh. What are you going to do? I'm going to plug this in. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I forgot. See? I was trying to remember. What were the things? The checklist. I don't have a checklist. I probably should have a checklist. Uh-oh. Here's why I usually do it before I turn the camera on. See how much difference that makes? Big teeth, big horn, big daddy storm blows inland. Little baby cry, baby won't buy into his plan. What would appear to be the problem here? An unguarded eagle and a human tear. Step back, hit Iraq, study the room you abandoned. For once in your life there were stripes on the sun, and once in your life there is a moment like this one, a moment like this one. Work, dream, airstream, light up the room with your endings. Dry rot, stove shot, what is that stuff you were spending? Where does the money go and where is it made? While old Joe Average sips in the shade, runs like a bug through the system on which we're depending. For once in your life there are stripes on the sun, and once in your life there was a moment like this one, a moment like this one. Sick boy, lost toy, shut up, you don't have to tell me. I see the rise in the polls and the swelling repels me. Won't clean up what hasn't paid off yet. Does this sound like anyone that you've ever met? Maybe the one with the push button gun on the TV. For once in your life there are stripes on the sun, and once in your life there is a moment like this one, a moment like once in your life there are stripes on the sun, and once in your life there is a moment like this one, or this one, or this one. There you go. There you go. Treehouse number 56 underway. Lori Trout is in the house. Or is at least passing. No, wait, Lori doesn't have to work in the evenings anymore. She's not doing that overnight shift anymore. She's been promoted to a higher. She's like up there, up in the echelons now. She's in the echelons. Yes, I think that's a system of islands somewhere off of Alaska, right? The echelons. Gammon Pete. Boy, there's hardly any coffee left, and there's hardly any Joe left. Need more Joe. More Joe! Thanks, Ma. Look, Ma, I made it again. Oh, goodness gracious. Mystery beverage abounds. Timitra. Now, I already saw Rick Lewis. He's already been checking in. He's got rain. They got thunder bumpers up there, too. Up there in that kind of country. Up there in the meadow. We're thinking about you down here. Yes, indeed. I was talking to my friend Tim Vernon just yesterday, who had passed through your zone, staying up there with Ray Robertson, and up there with Sylvia Robertson up on Libby Creek. Gary Schulstad down there in Portland, Oregon. Oregon's burning too. Then we got our friends down there in Alabama, Joe and Kat. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Now, Lori Trout's in the house, so she's here for the Lori Trout honorary shot. It's not Jägermeister. It's something else, something exotic. Yes. Is it something different every week? No, it's the same darn thing every week. When one has a system that works, well, you don't want to change it around too frequently. Janine Bodge is in the house. Yes, she is the designated chaser. She says she doesn't mind being the designated chaser. Otherwise, I would rotate other people in. But there's a certain order that the cups go in. I don't know if you've noticed that before. Somebody may have compiled a list of the batting order of the cups. Yes, next comes our friend Val Sanford down there in the Portland area, who sent us this lovely treehouse mug. Yeah, there's definitely going to need to be a bathroom break on tonight's show. Cindy Snyder, where's Cindy? Anybody seen Cindy? Hayden Reese is in the house. Hey, Hayden. Welcome, sir. Cindy Snyder, if anybody sees her later, tell her I asked all of you to please, as usual, you'll need to do that more than usual this week. Because, the body parts. Then we got the Lame Cat Ranch out there on Vashon Island. Yes. Have we heard from the Lame Cat Ranch yet? Holly and Kim? Well, I don't expect perfect attendance. I think I've mentioned this before, right? There is no actual requirement that one attends. But we do make note of it. No, we don't. No, we don't make note of it. Yes, that mystery beverage. It's smooth. Very smooth. So, yes. Maybe I'll do one more song before I start complaining. What do you say? As I say, see? Tell Cindy. In case I miss her. In case I miss seeing her. So that first song was written way back in 1991 or so, back in the era of George H.W. Bush and the first project, Desert Storm, Desert something. Yeah. The era of General Schwarzkopf. Yeah. That's where that stuff began. That's when that was written. This one's even older. There's a man at the edge of Elliott Bay with a canvas in his hand. He's waiting for the ghosts of the pioneers to swim back to the land. He turns toward the skyline, not an inch of open ground. It's the hard way, but he's still looking for Old Town. Old Town, Old Town. The weight he carries with him like a prison ball behind. He's sticking real close to the crosswalks and reading over all of the signs. He's barely been away, but now a stranger's stumbling around. It's a wrong turn, but he's still looking for Old Town. Old Town, Old Town. The scattered shapes and shadows that wash across his sight like neon glare on wet cement or fog falling out of the night. The slope of huddled shoulders and the raindrops running down to fill the cracks in the sidewalks of Old Town. Old Town, Old Town. Somewhere there's a wood-framed house with shutters painted blue. He can see the upstairs window, he can still remember the view. The tree that swayed into his reach and climbing slowly down to walk the wet, rutted streets of Old Town. Old Town, Old Town. And the colors he remembers are blue and green and gray. The smells are all of tide lines and wood smoke floating away. The sounds of fallen timber and the hammer's steady pound to leave a clue for those who sift through Old Town. Old Town, Old Town. There's a ghost at the edge of Elliott Bay with a canvas in his hand. He's waiting for the rest of the pioneers to swim back to the land. He turns toward the skyline, not an inch of open ground. It's a hard way, but he's still looking for Old Town. Old Town, Old Town. There's no Old Town. There you go. There you go. Yes, indeed-a-roonies. Yes, indeed-a-roonies. Remember that, friends. Yes, indeed-a-roonies. Okay. Alrighty. Well, goodness. Good. Wait, was that another more thunder? More storms on the horizon? No! It's the hand, ladies and gentlemen, the hand! The hand hath arrived. I was starting to wonder if perhaps she wasn't going to come and I would be here all by myself. The hand. The hand. I think it's one of the main reasons that people even come. It's just to see the hand. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. That's one of the reasons I show up, so I can see the hand. I think she had something extra special. I think she rubbed lip gloss on her hand so that I could get extra chapped lip protection. See, she thinks of everything. The hand does. Janine Boggs is here. Kathy and Loris are in the house. Katrina Knight is in the house. Lori Trout is in the house. Mark Kenny, Monica Hoverstadt, Rick Lewis, Rochelle Hamill. Hey, Rochelle! Bill Woolham, of course, is here. Hayden Reese is here. Pauline Jones is here. Cindy Clark. Alan Hicks. Bill Woolham. Scott and Rhonda Higgins. Tim and Demetra. Annie and Robert. Janine. Did I mention Janine? Pauline. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Rick Lewis. R.E. The Fires up in the Met House. Got bags packed, ready to go. But it looks like we are safe for now. Too many still in the probable path, though. Thank you, sir, for that update. I've been checking. I've been watching the daily reports up on the Mid-Howe Valley News Facebook page, and yeah, things are close. One change of wind direction, and I know. But is it like it every year now? Is this what it's like every year? Well, I remember the last few years I lived up there. That was definitely smoke season. Patty Lorenz Hampton is in the house. Hey, Patty. Oh, thanks for coming, you guys. Thanks for coming. I am not 100%. I would say I'm about 82.3%. It was 82.6 earlier today, but you know, what are you going to do? It warmed up. It warmed up. And why is 73 degrees too warm for Billy Bob the Jingo? I don't know. I think it's not just the temperature. It's something about something. You know, I think there needs to be a meteorological study done. If we could get some funding, we could just get some funding. We could do a meteorological study on what the actual things are that change my physical environment. I don't know. Any meteorologists here in the house? No? Rick, I know, was a forest ranger. Maybe he knows something about that whole meteorological thing. I don't know. I sometimes think it's like the barometric pressure. It's the relative humidity. It's something else. The angle of the sun, the quality of the light. I was talking about this earlier with Diane. Why is it when it's bright outside, I feel dark inside, and when it's dark outside, I feel bright inside? What kind of people am I? I know I'm several people, but what kind? What are they made out of? I don't know. What's the deal? You know, oops, sorry. That's okay, it landed on my foot. Well, I was over at my friend Brad Stenbubba's place last night. Diane and I went out. We actually had a social evening with some fully vaccinated friends. When Brad was there, Paul was there, Tim and Sherry was there. It was Sherry's birthday we were celebrating. Diane and I were there. We had tacos. It was lovely. It was lovely to be out in the world, mixing it up with a few people. But it's hard to figure where we're at in this whole thing. It seems like we're taking 2 steps forward and 6 steps back, or what do we do? How 2 and 4, 3, 6, 8, hike. So the hands are still malfunctioning. They are, but we're going to see if we can make it through. We got a hand-picked list of songs here, custom designed for maximum manual longevity. Maximum manual longevity. That's right. Now, where are you going to hear phrases like that except in the treehouse? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can hear you out there. Yeah, could we move on from the phrases, Bill? Well, anyway, Tim and Sherry had been up in the Met House for a couple of days before that, visiting Ray and Sylvia, and we're getting a sense of the smoke situation, the imminence, the close-byness of the fire. Our hearts go out to anybody who are close to that. Whether they're in Washington or Oregon or California or anywhere, Montana, Idaho. Starting out from Libby Creek, tent stakes and hay rakes, Old habits and new breaks, notice how it shows. Starting out from Libby Creek, garlic farm in the Methow. Yes, veggie and no cow, notice how it shows. Starting out from Libby Creek, 100-year-old farmhouse, cat chasing a field mouse, notice where she goes. Starting out from Libby Creek, all day on a hillside, lose the boots and come inside, notice how it glows. Climb right out of your skin, trade your ends for begins, all your best friends dropping in. Yeah, yeah. Starting out from Libby Creek, backpacking to Oval Peak. The head is high and the legs are weak, notice how it shows. Starting out from Libby Creek, you can't dwell on the future. The here and now is so pure, notice how it shows. Climb right out of your skin, trade your ends for begins, all your best friends dropping in. Yeah, yeah. Starting out from Libby Creek, fell down and got bit. Better walk in the creek and sit, you know how it goes. Starting out from Libby Creek, don't forget who you are here, far away from the city fear, and notice how it shows. Notice how it shows. Spent the summer, parts of the summer of 1995 up there at Libby Creek Farm and wrote a bunch of stuff, and that song was kind of culled from some of that writing I did that summer. It was written a few years later, but it kind of captures that initial shot, realizing that I wanted to move with my young kids up there and spend some time in the Methow, which I went ahead and did. Went ahead and did that. But 13 or 14 years we were up there. My son James is still there. Indeed. On Libby Creek, in fact. Yes, sir. That's right, my friends. That is right. Hey, Mark. What's he doing way up here? He's going to do that one. Yeah. Anyway. So the hands are mostly operational. But if I talk a little extra in between songs, it's because I'm waiting for my hands to reset. There's a reset. Something releases. These are my issues. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if it's age, if it's MS, or some of each, or does it really matter? I mean, you know. Wait a minute, where are we here? Where did I leave off? There we go. Lame cat ranchers. Lame cat ranchers in the house. I hope so. So yeah, I don't feel as sparky as I should, but you know, wait for the seasons to change. You know, it's like they say, you don't like the weather, wait 10 minutes. Well, you know, you don't like Bill's sparkiness, wait another month or so. He'll be back. He'll be back. In the meantime, a song of gratitude to my wife, Diane, the hand, who is my hand in a lot more than just the treehouse. When I think about the conversations that she and I have, man, they're unlike any conversations I've ever had before in my life. They go places They're far-ranging. But we like talking about the same kinds of phenomena. We're phenomenally compatible. So yeah, I think about where I want to end up. I want to end up wherever she is. Will you come away with me to lie on the verge of the salty sea, and to know it's where we're meant to be? Oh, Diane, my darling. And shall I wear a suit of black? Oh, Diane, my darling. Shall I wear a suit of black to walk with the friends who won't come back, and to finally make my peace with that? Oh, Diane, my darling. And will they dig a proper grave? Oh, Diane, my darling. And will they dig a proper grave near to the drum of the breaking wave? And will the grandkids all behave? Oh, Diane, my darling. And will they sing a song I wrote? Oh, Diane, my darling. And will they sing a song I wrote they found in the pocket of a threadbare coat, and then fold it up into a paper brooch? Oh, Diane, my darling. And will they shed a grateful tear? Oh, Diane, my darling. And will they shed a grateful tear for the ruffled sea that brought us here, and then raise a glass to the coming year? Oh, Diane, my darling. Will you come away with me, oh, Diane, my darling? And will you come away with me to lie on the verge of the salty sea, and to know it's where we're meant to be? Oh, Diane, my darling. Yeah. Yes, friends. Yes, friends. Yes, friends. Yes, indeedy, friends. Indeedy doody, friends. Why is he talking like this? What's wrong with him? Is there a screw loose somewhere? I think there might very well be. Poetry break! Poetry break! Poetry break! Poetry! Poetry! Fire! Poetry break. That's right. Where's my stump? Here it is. Over here. Alrighty. Hello. Welcome to Bill's Poetry Corner. I'm sorry. I gotta stop doing stuff like that. That's getting a little weird. Here's something that's a little weird. Something new. Here in the treehouse. Yes. I always thought when I grow up I want to be Chuck Schumer. So it's because it's because I can't. Yeah, it's not a big enough. I need help with the reading. Yeah. So this has been an interesting week. Wait, I'm not ready for those yet. Because if I want to see you, there you are. I need these glasses. If I want to see these, I need those glasses. So that's just the truth of it, okay? It's been an interesting couple of weeks in the poetic universe. I have not been... my own writing has been kind of follows my whole body sensation thing. So not a good time for Bill to be writing poetry, but he's writing it anyway. Sometime in the fall after the weather changes, then I'll be able to look back at what I've written this summer and go, Yeah, that's what I thought. And I'll just move on from there. This has happened before. It's a phenomenon I'm used to. I know I should be, like making charts and things and plotting out the peaks and valleys of my mood based on the physical sensations in my body at any given time. I should get going on that whole chart making thing, but I'm not a chart maker. Yeah. So, and then the poetry that I am reading, I was working on that anthology, the Staying Alive anthology, and I was thinking, yeah, that's good. But the next section was like life and death or something. That was the next section with the next theme. So I thought, well, no, I wasn't getting a lot of juice out of that. It was kind of reinforcing my inner already kind of summertime. It's Bill's summertime head. You'll get used to it if you hang around in the treehouse long enough. So I went for something more cheerful, which is called The Book of the Dead Man by Marvin Bell. Marvin Bell, yes, who we have not read in this. I'm just going to read one of these because I was struck today when I read this one. I wasn't going to read from this book. I'm only going to read the one. But it's not as what it sounds like. It's something kind of different. The dead man is kind of the first-person persona of the book, and it's the dead man looks at this, the dead man looks at that. About the dead man in his poetry is the one I'm going to read for you. The dead man in his poetry. There's the dead man in nature, the dead man's head, the dead man in the national pastime, the dead man's speech, the dead man and his wristwatch. I mean, come on, it's all over the place. The dead man and Medusa, the dead man and thunder. Oh, I probably should have worn it down. That's because we had thunder earlier. But I want to read the dead man and his poetry because for some reason it kind of was evocative of the kind of things that I've been writing, only this guy knows how to write. And I kind of drift in and out of knowing how to. I'm going to read some of my stuff tonight, too. That's what I decided. What's the safest thing to do? I want some cheerful stuff. I want some stuff with some light in it. Hey, I've written some of that in a different season than this one. About the dead man and his poetry. Now, each of these poems is in two parts. We have 1 and 2. So it's about the dead man and his poetry, and then more about the dead man and his poetry. The dead man has poetry in his stomach, bowels, and genitals. In the dead man's inner organs, poems are born, mate, change, and die. The dead man's genitalia has caused him many problems. When the dead man's writing is called poetry, he laughs derisively. The dead man sees no difference between a line and a sentence. The dead man distributes definitions of poetry by reshaping the concept. "Oh, dead man, sings the nightingale of tradition. Dead man, oh, dead man, sing the masses of sparrows. The dead man, like Keats, shall live among the English poets. The dead man is perfected fallibility. The dead man shines without reflecting. The dead man is 1 of 1, 2 of 2, 3 of 3, etc." More about the dead man and his poetry. When the dead man writes a poem worth preserving, he immediately burns it. The dead man burns everything he writes, but pieces survive. The fragment is more than the whole. It takes its place among the Apocrypha. The dead man's poems are studied as if he were Aristotle, and their subject, catharsis. For every book, there is one poem that sells it, a love poem or a life poem. The dead man writes a poem to woo them in. The dead man doesn't need to do life writing, oh, windswept plains. In the dead man's lexicon, a simple word for a thing such as tree, goes everywhere. The roots into history and prehistory, its branches into entropy and time, its leaves into beauty and belief. The dead man looks into a cup of coffee and sees the plains of Africa, and of course his face appears too. When he looks down, there appear to him in the panel of such substance as his vision encloses, the matter and the matter with, events and their nature, the beginnings of inertia and the end of momentum. The entire world starts from the dead man's fingertips and from the front edges of his toes, and all things possible there is a foreground right in front of his eyes. The dead man refutes those who say they have nothing to say, no subject, no data, no right, no voice, except they first dip their feet in the Ganges or tramp the Yukon. The dead man sees the world in a grain of sand and feels it pass through his hands. He is the unblinking mystic of fiber, fluid, and gas. No manifestation bypasses his bottomless hourglass. So that reminds me of the kind of stuff I've been writing. But I don't want to read the stuff that I've been writing. I don't want to read the stuff anymore of the dead man either. But when was it? Yesterday, Ruth Stone grabbed me again. Ruth Stone. I was standing over there. I was playing my guitar right in front of that bookcase over there. I've got this one. I've got this one. I was standing over there, and as I was singing, I was scanning the spines of books. Yeah. Get to know me. And the spine of the Ruth Stone book caught my eye. And I realized this is the essential Ruth Stone. There's a section of poems in here from a book called Who is the Widow's Muse? Now, Ruth Stone was a widow. And I thought, ooh, that sounds interesting. And it is interesting. But I'm just going to read a couple of Ruth Stone's. Then I'll read a couple of mine. This one made me laugh out loud. First of all, remember a few minutes ago when I introduced you to these? Yeah, and then I promptly forgot to use them. So one of the reasons I need them is because I'm forgetting things like that. So this is a poem in 5 parts, and you're going to like it. It's called Some Things You Need to Know Before You Join the Union. 1. At the poetry factory, body poems are writhing and bleeding. An angry mob of women is lined up at the back door hoping for jobs. Today, the poetry factory, they are driving needles through the poems. Everyone's excited. Mr. Po Biz himself comes in from the front office. He clenches his teeth. Any more wildcat aborting out there, he hisses, and you're all blacklisted. The mob jeers. 2. The anti-war and human rights poems are processed in the White Room. Everyone in there wears sterile gauze. These poems go for a lot. No one wants to mess up. There's expensive equipment involved. The workers have to be heavy, very heavy. These poems are packaged in cement. You frequently hear them drop with a dull thud. 3. Poems are being shipped out by freight car. Headed up the ramp, they can't turn back. They push each other along. They will go to the packing houses. The slaughter will be terrible. An inevitable end of overproduction. The poetry factory's GNP. Their shelf life will be brief. 4. They're stuffing at the poetry factory today. They're jamming in images saturated with as and like. Lines are being stuffed to their limits. If a line by chance explodes, there's a great cheer. However, most of them don't explode. Most of them lie down and groan. 5. In the poetry factory, it's very hot. The bellows are going. The pressure is building up. Young poems are being rolled out, ready to cut. Whistles are blowing. Jive is rocking. Barrels of thin words line the walls. Fat words like links of sausages hang on belts. Floor walkers and straw bosses take a coffee break. Only the nervous apprentice is anywhere near the machines when a large poem seems about to come off the assembly line. This is it, the apprentice shouts. Get my promotion ready. APR, the quarterlies, a chapbook, NEA, a creative writing chair, the poetry circuit, Yaddo. Inside the ambulance, as it drives away, he is still shouting, I'll grow a beard. I'll become an alcoholic. Consider suicide. No, I found that quite amusing. Yes, indeed. Because the title, Some Things You Need to Know Before You Join the Union, I just thought that was just perfect. I just thought that was perfect. Okay, one more from Ruth Stone, but I'm getting more Ruth Stone, so be ready.
because I think she's got an amazing kind of voice. And she was writing in, I don't know, her first book came out in like 1959. I think she passed away in, I think her last book came, oh, Bill, come on, have some facts at your fingertips, my friends. 2008 is when her last book came out. This is called Plumbing. Plumbing is so intimate. He hooks up your toilet. He places a wax ring under the vitreous seat where your shit will go. You are grateful to him. He is a god with wrenches, a quiet young man using a flame torch. He solders the joints. He crawls through your dusty attic, over the boxes of doll furniture, the trains, the ripped sleeping bags, the Beatles posters, the camp cots, the dishes, the bed springs, to wire up the hot water tank. And you admire him, as you would St. Francis, for his simple acceptance of how things are. And the water comes like a miracle. Each time in the night, with your bladder full, you rise from the bed. And instead of the awful stench of the day before, and perhaps even the day before that, in a moment of pure joy, you smell nothing but the sweet mold of an old house and your urine as it sloshes down with a flush. And you feel comfortable, taken care of, like some rich Roman matron who has just been loved by a boy. Plumbing. Plumbing. I just think her choice of subject matter, the way she frames things, I don't know. I was really taken by those poems. I know they're not for everybody, but what are you going to do? Okay, reading a few from a book you may be acquainted with. Still got plenty of copies available right over there. Yeah, so if you need more, let me know. I'm going to read a few of these just because in my present mental state, a lot of these give me comfort. And not just the yippee skippy down the bunny trail ones, but just any of them. Because I don't know. I think because Diane had a hand in how this book is arranged, it's kind of glowy, even to me. It's surprising. Now and then. Calmer now than before, when out of gray dawn a tempest grew, out of dew on grass, pebbles kicked in the darkness to begin a walk. I struggled for purpose then, feared the cougar darting from scrub by road as I walked in slow dark. In that part of the world cougars belonged more than we, certainly more than me, unsuited as I was for subsistence. I insulated the house with books, stood in the open doorway smoking while all the heat escaped, told my children over and over how happy I was, how they shouldn't fear the cougar, how I would protect them from it and everything, and knew it was true to a point. Fate of leaves. Where will all these lush green leaves go when trees won't hold them up anymore? I see their commitment at the height of summer. The light in them changes in celebration with each breath of wind. Birds rise and fall among them, 10,000 hands waving at the sky. But I remember bare branches too, the scuff and crunch of dry things underfoot, those skeletons leaning over the lake, while cold wind blows flakes in all directions. Theirs is a spectral patience. The quiet land sleeps, waits, folds its memories into tight little buds. I'm just picking these out as I go here. Quiet Dream. This was the newest poem in the book, I think. I remember that. That's what I remember about this. And that it was from a dream I had. My waking doesn't signal the fog to lift. In my dream, the perfect little rowboat, High tide, calm water, salt and cedar smells. A big rain cloud to the south near Anderson Island. A school of herring beneath a circle of gulls. The hum of a tug pulling its raft of fallen trees. Dad says we'll have a fire on the beach tonight. Hot dogs on sticks, Mom's chopped onions and a jar of relish. My job, as always, to find enough kindling. Tiny lizards dart across logs near the bank. Dad, with his guitar, plays two soft, mournful songs. 2 kerosene lanterns guide us back to the cabin after dark. I know this quiet dream is a gift from the stars. The flicker of firelight on 4 related faces. The low of Dad's voice turning my soft heart into salt water. Couple more here. Couple more. Where were they? Oh. Yeah, take the glasses off to clear your throat, Bill. Always a good decision. Is everybody okay? All right. I feel kind of wonky. I've got little electrical shocks going off all over myself right now, which is kind of cool. If I was 20, I'd probably think, hey, this is great. Hey, what was in that stuff? Yeah. The comet. My telescope is looking for the comet. My old eyes aren't helping. They've lost the edges of things, like the space between limbs on distant trees. I say it doesn't matter, but it does. The comet is off to the east, a fuzzy flashlight pointed back at us. Its tail of cosmic dust might have part of you in it. Think about that later tonight while watching the news. These months of isolation have given us time to think big thoughts. The structure of our society is being spruced up, repainted in wilder colors, more windows to see through. Those revisions will stand for as long as they are useful, and when the next change comes, a storm we haven't imagined yet, we'll circle in the dark for warmth and watch for the comet. The other book. I will end with this one. The other book. Open up the other book. The one where you write in prose about the passing days and symptoms that ride along trying to trip you on the stairs. You resist using the handrails as a thumbing of the nose to those evil hitchhikers who threaten your grip and confuse your withered hands. Stay out of my legs, you bastards. The other book is full of sadness, not enough defiance. Write more of that. Tell it about the friends who gather to wish you well. Their strength like a flight of stars, burning through clouds in the dark to light your steps and turn your weathered hands into wings of pleasure and purpose. That one's for you guys. I don't know if you knew that or not. There you go. I know that was kind of a not very organized reading tonight. But most of this is not very organized either. So got to allow for the the mental landscape to translate into whatever happens. If we're going to keep doing this, you're going to see all kinds of different bits of Billy Bob Bajingo. Is that Aaron Ochoa I'm seeing there? It is. Hey, Aaron. Welcome back, sir. Anyway. I'm not depressed. I'm not even sad. It's just when I sit down to write, what I tend to write about is what's what I feel like, you know. I don't know why, because it's kind of a physical event, I guess, writing is, and so, you know. Damn right, baby, I'm tight. I plan to stay that way for the rest of the night. There ain't enough on the news to tell who's wrong and who's right. I did a little drinking so I could stop thinking, and now I drink, you think too much. All of this is just a mirage. The military complex, the mortar barrage. Step into my new mental montage. Well, I did a little drinking so I could stop thinking, and now I drink, you think too much. Well, I was thinking about the Russians again. It's a confrontation, nobody wins. And the next thing I knew, I was diluting my vodka with gin. Now don't try to argue with me. I turned off my head when I turned on the TV. I'm gonna sprout some roots and make like a tree. Well, I did a little drinking so I could stop thinking, and now I drink, you think too much. Well, I was thinking about the CIA. It's a symptom of moral decay. When you're lying in bed and you still gotta watch what you say. Now, baby, I think you understand how a thinking man's head can get all out of hand. Well, I got no solutions, but I did have a plan. Well, I did a little drinking so I could stop thinking, and now I drink, you think too much. Well, I did a little drinking so I could stop thinking, and now I drink, you think too much. There it is. From 1983 or thereabouts. Yeah, that's a classic. Classic. Getting some of that orange sunshine that we've been experiencing here. No, not the blotter, but the actual orange sunshine. Which tells me that we're getting some of that smoke over here, but a little drinking. That's an old song. Very old song. There's Kim Nelson. There's the Lame Cat Ranch. They've probably been here for the whole time, and I just didn't know about it. Man, I'm just not very sharp. But at least I'm dull. Got that going for me. Tamitra knows all about this. All about my dullness. Yes. The dullness. The all-pervading dullness. The dullness that never dims. The undimming dullness. What, Bill? Hey, Bill? Why don't you play another song, Bill? Okay, Bill. A song I wrote for my son. Yeah, I can do this. I can do this. We'll find out if I can do this. What do you say? Hey, Jeff Steve. Little boy red, little boy rocket, little Mr. Blister with the smile so wide. Little joy eyes, little hazel pockets, little Mr. Just the right size. Little boy love, I see you in the kitchen, you're running round in circles like a lost cartoon, talking to yourself and talking to your sister about the Lone Ranger in the moon. Can I have a sucker? Can I have a sandwich? Peanut butter mustard is my favorite kind. I can cut the bread and I can put the stuff on it, and I can take it all outside. Little boy love, I see you in the front yard, running round in circles like a wild baboon,
talking to the trees and talking to the bushes about the Lone Ranger in the moon. Little Mr. Man, Mr. Personality, little Mr. Underwear outside your pants. When you grow up, you'll be a superhero, 'cause only superheroes get to dance. Little boy love, I see you in your bedroom, loving up a teddy bear until she swoons. Then you lie back and start to tell a story about the Lone Ranger in the moon. Daddy's far away now, but he'll be home soon. Daddy's down in Texas, but he's thinking of you. Little boy love, I see you in the kitchen, you're running round in circles like a lost cartoon. Let me tell you this, when I was down in Texas, I saw the Lone Ranger in the moon. Little boy love, I see you in my good dream, running round the circle like a favorite tune. Maybe next summer we'll both go down to Texas and meet the Lone Ranger in the moon. Maybe next summer we'll both go down to Texas and meet the Lone Ranger in the moon.
There you go. There you go. Hey, kids! Gather around the ICU2 TV set. We've got some birthdays to talk about. That's right, birthdays. Birthdays, friends. Starting right here, right now, right here today in River City. Mr. David Pileski is having a birthday today. David Pileski. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's one of Mr. David Pileski's paintings. He's got a new show coming up at a gallery downtown Seattle. Coming up, I think it's later this month, running through September. Yeah, I posted a little video about him on this Facebook page of mine earlier today, so check that out. You'll find out where his show's going to be. If you haven't seen his other work, oh my goodness, the Night Sky cover is barely even scratching the surface of what this guy can and does do. He is tapped into something, and I'll tell you, it's an imaginative place. It is a happy place. It is a place you want to go. You want to go hang out with this guy. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Happy birthday to Mr. David Pileski. Tomorrow, we got Valerie Manisov is having a birthday tomorrow. Coming up on Thursday. Ooh, stand back. Ginny Riley of Riley and Maloney fame is having her birthday on Thursday, as is Petter Harum, another old-time victory music guy. Terry Dixon, former librarian of the Twisp Library, at least when I was going there. Terry, happy birthday on Thursday. Also, Roxanne Robertson Moore up there on Camino Island. Happy birthday on Thursday. And Ewan Maggie having a birthday on Thursday. Happy birthday, Ewan. On Friday, someone who has been right here in the treehouse, Mr. Jim Page, is having his birthday on Friday. Happy birthday, Jim, coming up. On Saturday, Scott Higgins, who I believe is here right now, even as we speak, is having his birthday on Saturday. Everybody wish Scott a happy birthday. Everybody owes Scott a beer. Yeah, everybody. Buy him a beer. He'll take IOUs. Also on Saturday, Mr. Ron Dixon, an old buddy from Grumpy D's, open mic, is having his birthday on Saturday. Ron I knew from the Seattle Peace concerts back in the day as well. On Sunday, Brianna Holden, friend to the Treehouse, is having her birthday on Sunday. Happy birthday, Brianna. Also Sandra Brown Lutkin is her name now. Sandy Brown is how I knew her in junior high and high school, and church and choir and all that kind of stuff. On Monday, the 9th, no, Monday is the 9th. Yes, Laura Kemp, fine singer-songwriter down in Eugene, is having her birthday on Monday. Happy birthday, Laura. Next Tuesday, a week from today, Audrey Burt. I knew her as Audrey Whiteside back at Whitworth. Audrey is having her birthday next Tuesday, 1 week from tonight, as is Mindy Miller up there in the Methow Valley. Happy birthday next Tuesday to Mindy. Next Wednesday, I got nothing. The 11th of August, nobody was born on the 11th of August. I don't know. Somebody's going to have to explain that to me. On the 12th, on Thursday the 12th, Rick Chesmore. Yes, husband of Chrissy Chesmore, who hangs out here in the treehouse. I think Rick might sometimes too. Yeah, I think he's been known to show up from time to time. Don't know if he's here tonight. Haven't checked. Can't see. What are you going to do? Rick Chesmore, happy birthday next Thursday. Also, another first student buddy, Ronnie Russell, having her birthday next Thursday. Happy birthday, Ronnie. Friday, where are we? Friday the 13th. Check this out. Dick Meyer of the Antique Sandwich Company is having his birthday on Friday the 13th. Karen Harris, my old singing buddy from Whitworth College and beyond, is having her birthday on Friday the 13th. Jim Nason, local emergency folk singer. Quality human being. Jim Nason is having his birthday on Friday the 13th. Nikki Windsor, my daughter Alice's old friend from the Methow Valley, friend of mine also. Nikki, happy birthday next Friday. Dana Crane Nichols is having her birthday next Friday. Happy birthday, Dana. And Tom George, another friend from up there, Tenasket Way and the Methow and all places in between North Central Washington. Tom, happy birthday next Friday. Next Saturday, the 14th, Nan Hussey, longtime friend of me and my music. Nan is having a birthday on Saturday the 14th, as is Rick Adelot. Thank you, Rick. Happy birthday to Nan and Rick. Next Saturday the 14th. Sunday the 15th, Tricia Iyer is having a birthday on Sunday the 15th from up there in the Methow also. Monday the 16th, the night before we meet again, Rochelle Hamill, who I believe is in the house tonight, is having her birthday on Monday the 16th, as is Bob McCaffrey Lent, one of the Fab Group. Yes, Bob is having his birthday on Monday the 16th too. There you go. And we're back here on the 17th. If my luck holds, we'll be back here on the 17th and we'll do this thing again. Yes. Same songs. Yeah, I'm just going to do the same songs again. Oh, I got them all practiced up now. You know how that is. No, I'm just kidding. Here's what I've been doing. Since I've had 2 weeks in between, what I've been doing is I've been making my set list. Like, you know, like I play on Tuesday. Like by Thursday, I've got the next set list that I'm going to play in 2 weeks. And then I just play those songs. I just practice those songs. That's how I am getting my hands and arms to function. I just play the songs I'm going to play. That's how I've been doing it. So, I don't know. Maybe there's some magic in that whole thing. That didn't used to be the case. I would practice everything and then just pick whatever I thought I wanted to do, you know, like the day before or something. And yeah, but that's a young man's thing. Back then I could have all my songs at the ready all the time. Who was that guy? Anyway, I used to know him. He and I are no longer close. So now what I do is I pick 6 or 7 and I just work them. I just work them until I got them. And then I hope everything goes right on the night. This is the new paradigm. Too much sharing? Well, yeah, that's kind of my MO. It's kind of how I roll. Yeah, what can I say? Okay, one more. One more, then we're out. One more, and then I release the hostages. Thank you, guys. Thanks for putting up with the explanations as well as the scatterbrained bits. Now, I'm going to look back at this tomorrow. I'll rewatch this as I'm getting it ready to post up on my YouTube page like I always do. And I'll say, why was I apologizing? Why do I spend so much time apologizing? That's why Cindy sent me this mug. I'm supposed to just, you know, do that. It's hard to work against a lifetime of programming, you know?
Do you know what that means? Raise her without doctors, teaching her what she needs. Raise her with eyesight, color recedes. Everyone is brilliant, what's unseen. And the years don't improve, but we do. And we can improve what the years do. just the subjugation that buries a plan to another big business, another white man. Something is made naked in the secrets he shares, sells the future for dollars, and it's buyer beware. And the years don't improve, but we do. And we can improve what the years do. What the years do. Stand upon your promise, give it a name. Empty all your baggage and family shame. Empty all your wallets, write a lot of words on the walls where you're living, in the shade of the birds. And the years don't improve, but we do. And we can improve what the years do, what the years do. And the years don't improve, but we do. And we can improve what the years do, what the years do. What the years do. What the years do. There you have it, folks. Treehouse Concert number 56 in the books. Whew! Yes! Thank you! Thank you for being here, one and all. Happy birthday to all the peeps that are having birthdays coming up. Man. Man, oh man. Lots of birthdays. Yes. So I don't know. I don't know. I know that I'll be back here on the 17th. If the creek don't rise and the sun doesn't get too much more orange, I hope all of you guys will be here then too. We'll do this again. We'll read some more poetry. We'll sing some more songs. And I'll try to find some more obscure recordings from, from my childhood for you to play in the early bird special. Or play something. One or the other. Thanks for being here. Thanks for holding me up. Holding me together. Giving me something to do on Tuesday night. And make me feel like I'm not just taking up space. Yeah, but doing something that's might do somebody some good. Okay, take care of each other. Bye-bye.